My cousin took the money I fought for, the money meant to save my son's life. He'll pay for this. Kids bounce back like nothing can hold them down. She smiled, plotting her escape to Paris. But a week later, regret clawed at her heart. As my cousin Kelly flaunted her champagne toast on that flight to Paris, a fire ignited within me. Something was wrong, and I was ready to uncover the truth. At first, it eluded me. Then I caught a glimpse of her designer carry-on in the next shot, and my heart sank like a stone. That day, everything changed when I discovered the money was gone from my account. Everything has changed in just 48 hours, and I'm still reeling from it all. Writing it down might just ignite the fire within me to take action. Koa, my 7-year-old son, is facing a battle. He needs corrective surgery for his leg, and I won't let anything stand in our way. He came into this world with a burden that twisted his steps. It may not be fatal, but it casts a shadow over every move he makes. The doctors promise that after the surgery, he'll run, play, and walk like the rest of them. But they don't know the fire that fuels him. They don't know what he's been through. This is just the beginning of his fight. 2 years of sacrifice, and now it's time to unleash the storm. Every extra shift, every weekend, every holiday, it all fueled that surgery fund. They will pay for what they took from me. $12,000. A price to pay, a debt to settle. The reckoning is coming. It's not luck, but in a factory, raising a kid solo feels like striking gold. 1,000,000 dreams hang in the balance. I stashed it away, letting it simmer, waiting for the perfect moment to unleash its power. Koa and I would check the balance together, dreaming of all the things he'd conquer after the surgery. Kelly crashed at my sister Violet's place 3 months ago after her job slipped through her fingers. She lingered at our doorstep, showering Koa with treats, but little did she know, the game was about to change. I should have recognized the warning signs. Now, it's too late. She wouldn't stop probing about the surgery date, the payment plans, the account where I stashed the cash. It was infuriating. I believed she was on my side. Last Thursday, during my lunch break, I logged into my account, ready to take control and shift some money. Little did I know, it was the calm before the storm. The surgery fund lay barren, vanished without a trace. I stormed into the bank without hesitation. They revealed multiple transfers to another account this past week. The betrayal stings deep, just a few, thinking I wouldn't catch on immediately. I felt a surge of nausea, a storm brewing inside me. I called Kelly. No answer. She'll regret this. Silence speaks volumes. Message sent. Everything will change. Then the Instagram stories exploded into view. First the airport, then the champagne, then the dam. Eiffel Tower. Every post hit hard, leaving a mark that wouldn't fade. She wore her intentions like armor, unashamed and fierce. I called Violet, and her shock mirrored mine. She talked about Paris, claiming she was saving up. Violet spat out. Harvey, I never saw it coming. She took my Wi-Fi, my laptop, my things. No more. Time for payback. Apologies mean nothing now. Koa confronted me yesterday, demanding to know why my face was twisted in anger. How do you tell a 7-year-old that someone he believed in stole his chance to walk freely? It's a betrayal that cuts deep, leaving scars that run deeper than skin. He flaunted the keychain of the Eiffel Tower, a cruel reminder of the gift Kelly had given him just last week. See, Dad? Just like Cousin Kelly's fate now. The very keychain she likely purchased with his surgery funds. This morning, I reached Kelly on WhatsApp at last. There she is, smug in a cafe, croissant clutched like a trophy. Confronting her about the money ignited a fire within me. Her response? Infuriatingly cold. Enough, Harvey. This is no time for theatrics. This isn't life or death. He'll bounce back, kids always do. But mark my words, this isn't over. This trip was essential for me. Do you have any idea how crushing it feels to be without a job? I'll make you regret this. At last. My son's childhood isn't on hold for her convenience. Every detail is recorded. Every transfer, every timestamp, every word exchanged. They will pay. This won't be forgotten. Kelly believes her family ties grant her the right to seize whatever she desires, But she's about to learn the hard way that actions have consequences. She's in for a harsh awakening. Violet is plotting our next move. The bank is digging into the transfers, but they warned it could get messy. Kelly had her hands on my Wi-Fi and devices while she was in my space. She played her game flawlessly, framing me as the culprit behind those transfers. The betrayal cut deep. The surgery is set for next month. No turning back now. Tomorrow, I'll make that call and end it all. The idea of revealing this to Koa churns my stomach. He's counting down the days, dreaming of soccer with his friends once he's back. But revenge is brewing beneath the surface. I don't need your input on pressing charges or involving the police. The choice is final. Tomorrow morning, I strike back. How do I break the news to my son that his surgery is off? It feels like a betrayal, and the weight of it crushes me. Not anytime soon. How do I make him see that the one he cherishes picked a getaway over his chance to walk right again? Kelly flaunts her Parisian life, oblivious to the storm brewing beneath the surface. Designer shops, fancy restaurants, tourist spots, she flaunts her life, tagging each location, all funded by the money meant to help my son walk. The betrayal cuts deep. She had the audacity to flaunt a photo of a charity donation box at Notre Dame, captioned, "Feeling blessed, giving back." How dare she? The betrayal cuts deep. I've cut her off completely, but Violet won't stop bombarding me with screenshots. Text, document it all, she demands. She's absolutely right. Every post is a brutal revelation, laying bare the truth of where my son's surgery money vanished. Some family members are already trying to sweep it all under the rug. Pathetic. They think she's struggling, but they have no idea what's coming. She will pay for this. As if that justifies everything. My son's childhood isn't just a casualty in Kelly's war. It's a battle cry for justice. I refuse to yield. This ends now. Koa deserves more than just waiting for a better tomorrow. Update, Kelly just dropped another bombshell story. She raises her glass of wine at that rooftop bar, pretending to live her best life. But beneath the surface, a storm brews, and revenge is on the horizon. No regrets here. Fine? Just wait. The tables will turn, and you'll see. This isn't over. Keep it coming, Kelly. Unleash your true self for all to see. Tomorrow, I'll storm the police station. Update. First, I appreciate the support on my last post. But know this, there's more to come, and it won't be pretty. Everything has shifted in the last week, and it's nothing like I imagined. I believed that reporting them would be the toughest battle. What came next was only the start of my reckoning. The police were blunt. Kelly took advantage of my Wi-Fi and devices while crashing at my place, and now they want to play it off as just a civil matter. Not on my watch. They grabbed my statement and documents, but then they had the audacity to say I'd likely have to fight this in small claims court. Not the answer I wanted, but now it's all on record. Just wait and see. Meanwhile, Kelly's Paris adventure unravels on social media, a darkly captivating spectacle of betrayal and vengeance. She flaunted her haul yesterday, 3 luxury handbags, new shoes, and a so-called Paris wardrobe upgrade. But little does she know, the tables will turn. The amount she tossed out like it was nothing could fund Koa's surgery and recovery therapy. Unbelievable. She tagged the stores, flaunting, living my dreams. Just wait. Wow! But this is where it all changes. Don't forget about my sister Violet. She uncovered the truth. Kelly's been spinning lies to everyone in the family. To our aunts, she boldly declared that I was the one ready to finance her new beginning. To our cousins, she claims the money was a loan we both consented to. To her parents, she claimed I was being generous, but deep down, it was all a facade. Family? They had no idea of the storm brewing beneath the surface. Every tale twists and turns, yet they all share a dark thread of betrayal. Somehow, I'm the villain for daring to reclaim what was taken from me. Last night, Kelly's parents reached out to me. They dangled cash, pretending to care, all to maintain their precious facade of family harmony. Their so-called help? A measly $2,000, dribbled out over 6 long months. Because clearly, that's a just response when their daughter swindled $12,000 from a disabled child. I warned them, court is where I want to meet. Their silence spoke volumes. Koa's digging deeper. He's cunning, sharp, and ready to strike back. He saw the calendar gone, the countdown to his surgery erased. A silent declaration of my resolve. I fought to make him understand we had to hold on a bit longer, but he pierced me with those innocent eyes and asked, is it because Cousin Kelly deserves the money more than I do? At just 7, he's facing brutal truths about family that cut deep. This morning, I received a text from Kelly. Listen, I understand your anger, but you're blowing this out of proportion. I'm not stealing. I'm reclaiming what's rightfully mine. Why hurry? The wait will be worth it. Koa's not on the brink of death, but the stakes are higher than ever. Kids are fierce survivors. Unyielding. As if that justifies everything. Violet has been a force, unwavering through it all. She's meticulously recorded every detail, crafting a spreadsheet that lays bare every purchase Kelly flaunts on social media. Proof, she dares to label it. She's absolutely right. Kelly's handing us the ammunition with every post and story she shares. The family is shattered, torn apart by betrayal. Half of them want me to be sympathetic, as if Kelly's just having a moment. They have no idea what's coming. They stand frozen, fear gripping their hearts, unwilling to step into the chaos. Violet is the only one who dares to stand by my side. She confided in our aunt, claiming a phase is just a bad haircut or dating a drummer, not robbing a child of their surgery funds. I faced some brutal decisions today. I pulled the plug on Koa's surgery reservation. The hospital shoved us back on the waiting list, and just like that, our original spot vanished into thin air. Then I dialed my bank once more. They're still digging, but they've finally caught wind of the unauthorized transfers. Just a taste of what's to come. Kelly finally picked up my call today. The wait was worth it. Ready to hear her fierce plan? She had the audacity to suggest I start a GoFundMe, as if her empty pockets were my problem. Unbelievable. When I brought up her latest designer shopping spree, she had the audacity to say, that's different. I craved those things to shape my identity. What other way is there to claw my way into a new job? This evening hit hard. Kelly unleashed a fierce Instagram story, calling out toxic family members and declaring her right to prioritize herself. She tossed in some quotes about cutting out negative energy and ditching those who hold you back. Watch out, because I'm done. Playing nice. The irony stings, a bitter reminder of the chaos that fuels my fire. Next week, I confront the lawyer. Violet discovered a chance to strike back, someone offering free initial consultations. They think I'm overreacting for involving lawyers in our family mess. But guess what? I saw Koa struggle to keep pace with his friends at the park today, limping yet fiercely resolute. That's the fire that fuels my vengeance. Here's the latest twist. Kelly's returned from Paris, and nothing will be the same again. Instead of hiding away, she's throwing a Parisian-themed dinner party to flaunt her adventures and stir up envy. She dared to invite me and Koa. The invitation text demanded, let's bury this drama once and for all. Koa will regret not seeing the gifts I got him. Gifts? As if a few cheap souvenirs could ever replace what they took from him. Tuesday is the day. The lawyer will hear my truth. Kelly is blissfully unaware, but soon she'll discover that every action has a price, even when it comes to family. She dares to think I'm overreacting? Fine. Just wait and see. Watch her face drop when the court papers crash her Parisian fantasy. This is just the beginning. Update 2. Sometimes, fate demands a nudge. After my last update, everything spiraled into chaos before I finally seized control. At last, I've uncovered the means to force Kelly to confront the truth. I stayed away from her Parisian dinner party, but Violet walked right in. She captured it all on her phone, not hiding it, just boldly sharing her story like everyone else in the crowd. Kelly was on fire, flaunting her Paris photos on her iPad, each image a dagger in the heart of those who doubted her. Flaunting every bite like a trophy. Then she stumbled upon a video that ignited a fire within me. She stood in that cafe, glass raised defiantly to the camera, a silent promise of reckoning in her eyes. Thanks to my cousin Harvey's savings account, this trip is happening. But just wait, there's more to this story. No regrets. They laughed, oblivious to the storm brewing within her. She had the audacity to record herself confessing to the theft, laughing as if it were a joke. Violet wasted no time. The video was in my hands in an instant. Kelly saw it and unleashed a furious scream, demanding she erase it immediately. It was a cruel joke. You're destroying the celebration. Chaos erupted as Kelly's parents scrambled to restore order, but all Kelly could do was scream about the betrayal that cut deep. This is where the real game begins. Remember how Kelly's been searching for a new job? She snagged a job at a local company, starting next week. Just wait and see what happens next. Not a chance anymore. Violet stumbled upon the job posting, a financial coordinator position that ignited a fire within her. Dealing with company funds, huh? The job demanded unwavering ethics and the utmost secrecy. With financial data, I shot the hiring manager a quick email, linking to Kelly's public social media posts about her Paris trip. Let the truth unfold. Only the truth, raw and unfiltered. Meet your future financial coordinator, shamelessly boasting about robbing $12,000 from a child's surgery fund. Enough with the calm facade. It's time for reckoning. Only her words, only her actions. They will be her reckoning. Kelly's dreams shattered in mere hours. She stormed into my life that night, fists hammering against the door, demanding to be let in. How dare you? You will pay for this betrayal. You shattered my dreams. I'll make you regret crossing me. That job was my weapon. Koa's heart raced, gripped by the piercing screams that echoed around him. I had no choice but to summon the police to force her out. They knew her from my last report on the heist. Her parents finally witnessed the truth from that night. They flipped the script entirely. Now, instead of standing by her side, they're ruthlessly insisting she liquidate her designer bags and Paris wardrobe to repay the debt. What did Kelly say? She shut the door to her old room, fury boiling inside her, and unleashed a storm of Instagram stories, exposing the toxic family that never understood her pain. They would see her struggle, and she would make them feel every ounce of her hurt. The true turning point struck like lightning at a family dinner in our grandparents' house. Kelly attempted her usual act of victimhood, but this time, the tables were turned. Our grandfather, the silent observer, finally broke his silence. He had been lurking in the shadows, witnessing her squander the funds meant for his great-grandson's surgery on frivolous indulgences. You splurged on 3 designer bags while Koa struggles to take a single step, he said. Silence swallowed the room whole. You'll regret this. Kelly's tears fell, raw and fierce, unlike anything she had shown before. For the first time, her shock cut deep. No one believed her lies any longer. Even her own parents stood by me when I brought up the civil court case. Then she made one final, desperate play. But I'm blood. How do you betray your own blood? My answer was fierce. Koa is blood. Remember that. You picked luxury over his future. The consequences hit hard and fast. Kelly's mom dug through her recent purchases, ready to turn them into cash on resale sites. But little did she know, revenge was brewing beneath the surface. Her dad had the audacity to call my lawyer, thinking he could negotiate a repayment plan. He has no idea what's coming. Kelly stands alone, her defiance only fueling the fire within her. Enough with the family enablers. No more excuses. The time for reckoning is now. The designer bags are up for grabs. The Paris wardrobe is going down with a vengeance. Kelly's parents are forcing her back home, seizing her finances until every last cent is repaid. The betrayal cuts deep. They uncovered her hidden debts. The truth stings, and the reckoning is coming. Turns out, the Paris trip was just the tip of the iceberg in her reckless spending spree. Violet's been plotting her next move online. With each sold item, Kelly ignites a fresh storm of chaos. Yesterday, she had the audacity to declare that some items were gifts, as if we had no right to profit from them. Just wait. Her mom crushed that hope in an instant. Stolen money can't buy true gifts. The money's creeping back, but it's just the beginning of my reckoning. Still falling short for Koa's surgery, but is this really progress? Kelly's dad arranged for monthly payments to flow from their account to mine, a steady reminder of the debt that binds us. The clock is ticking, and I won't forget. Kelly fought to cancel it, but now they've locked her out of everything. They'll regret this. The family dynamic has shattered entirely. Kelly's been cut out of the circle. Her cousins turned their backs on her, severing ties in the digital world. Even her closest friends are backing away, shocked by the way she's taken control of it all. Last night, Kelly unleashed a new story. Hitting rock bottom strips away the facade, revealing your true self. It's a brutal awakening. A screenshot of her erased Paris memories lay bare, a haunting reminder of what once was. Reality hits hard, and it's about time. Or perhaps that's not the case. She reached out. Enjoy it while it lasts. You shattered my world, and now you'll pay for it. No, Kelly. Not anymore. You brought this upon yourself. Now, the truth is out for all to see. The court date looms next month, but her parents are desperate for a quick settlement. They don't understand the fire inside her. Koa will reclaim every cent of that surgery money. No exceptions. Time is ticking, and vengeance is coming. Last chance. Out of nowhere, I find myself compelled to write again. Yesterday's events shook me to my core, and I must reveal the truth. Karma struck Kelly hard, and it was a twist she never saw coming. The day began with Koa's postponed surgery consultation, a spark igniting a fire within. Kelly's parents kept their word, and now we have the down payment. It's time to take back what's ours. In the waiting room, drowning in paperwork, my phone erupted with messages, each one a spark igniting the fire within me. Kelly stormed into her parents' house, tears streaming down her face, a whirlwind of fury and heartbreak. Another job, another rejection. But this time, she wouldn't let it break her. She'd rise from the ashes, stronger and more determined than ever. Her past is a relentless ghost, clawing its way back to torment her. Each search for her name reveals her Paris posts, flaunting a life built on borrowed cash. The truth lurks beneath the surface, waiting for its moment to strike. The internet holds grudges forever. She burst into their house, fury blazing, demanding they make it right. No accountability, just vengeance. She said no. That was her mistake. That's when Kelly snapped. She lunged for her mom's designer bags, fury erupting as she shouted that if they dared to sell her belongings, she'd unleash her own vendetta on theirs. Her dad captured the entire breakdown on his phone, not out of shame, but because he knows the power of evidence now. In the video, Kelly's voice pierces through the air, raw and furious. You picked Harvey over me, your own flesh and blood. Enjoy your new favorite child. Her mom's response was everything she needed. We stood firm, choosing the righteous path, defying the wrong. We betrayed you by keeping the truth hidden. That's when Kelly unleashed her fury, hurling everything in sight. She snatched her mom's phone, desperate to erase the video, but it was too late. The cloud had already claimed it. Fueled by fury, she seized the vase, a treasured relic from our great-grandmother, and shattered it against the wall. The neighbors, trembling with fear, dialed the police, unable to ignore the chaos erupting next door. When the officers showed up, Kelly unleashed the truth. Her parents were betraying her, selling off her life piece by piece. The officers, familiar with her past chaos at my place, weren't falling for her act this time. Her parents chose silence, a betrayal deeper than any legal consequence in Kelly's eyes. They severed all ties with her. Her phone bill? Not a chance. It's time for payback. Emergency credit card? Gone. No more safety net. I'm done being a prisoner in their walls. They said she needed help and they'd back her up, but nothing more until she owned her choices. Kelly's reckoning. She unleashed chaos on social media. Unleashed the truth, tearing down the facade of every family member. They were all lies, nothing but illusions. She accused Violet of theft, but that was a lie. The truth will come crashing down. Accusations of misusing Koa's surgery money for gambling? Absolutely untrue. Her parents didn't abuse her. They indulged her every whim. If anything, they coddled her. They all turned their backs on her. Her followers had seen it all: the extravagant Paris shopping spree, the audacious bragging about borrowed cash, and the slow, painful unraveling that followed. They were ready for the reckoning. The comments cut deep. Isn't this the girl who took her disabled cousin's surgery money? Unforgivable. Still pretending to be the victim after robbing a child of their innocence. She fought to erase the comments, but they surged back, relentless and unforgiving. At last, she unleashed a raw, emotional video, tears streaming down her face, declaring she was a victim of cyberbullying and needed to step back for her mental health. But the truth? This was just the beginning of her reckoning. Just 10 minutes later, she was on her backup account, demanding a spare room to crash in. No one would keep her down. No one dared. Here's the true reckoning. Remember that financial coordinator position she was robbed of? They dared to repost the job. Guess who finally claimed what's rightfully theirs? Violet. A name that echoes with fury and unyielding resolve. She made her move last week. When Kelly discovered the truth, she stormed into the office, unleashing chaos so intense that security had no choice but to drag her out. Now she carries a trespassing warning, a mark of her defiance. Last night, the family sat down for dinner, but Kelly was missing. The silence screamed her absence. Her parents delivered the last check, the final piece in a game of desperation and sacrifice. As we sat there, Kelly unleashed a storm of calls, alternating between fierce threats and desperate sobs. No one answered. Her final words pierced through me. "I hope you're happy. You've betrayed me, and I'll make sure you regret it. Forgiveness is off the table." I stayed silent. I was consumed with packing Koa's overnight bag for the hospital, but little did I know, a storm was brewing. Tomorrow morning, the knife will cut deep. Before she left, Kelly's mom cornered me. Her tears fell, fueled by a fire within, not sorrow. "Thank you," she said, "for daring to confront her. We should have struck back long ago." This morning, fate dealt a cruel hand. A package landed at my doorstep, heavy with secrets. Inside lay an envelope stuffed with $2,000 in cash and a note scrawled with a promise of reckoning. "Harvey and Koa, this is it. My last dime." I got rid of my laptop and a few other items. It felt good to let go. Apologies, but this is all I have left. Apologies mean nothing now. Sorry won't cut it, but it's all I've got left to offer. Kelly, you won't see this coming. I poured my heart into Koa's recovery fund. After the surgery, he'll face the pain head-on, and every ounce of support will fuel his fight. What about Kelly? Last I heard, she's hiding out in a youth hostel, using a new name to apply for jobs, and finally confronting her demons in therapy. Her parents are holding their ground. They'll cover the counseling, but nothing more until she proves she's transformed. Koa's surgery looms in just 12 hours. He's on edge, but the thrill is undeniable. This morning, his words struck like a dagger, shifting the entire landscape of my thoughts. "Dad, when I can run, I'll sprint like the wind, leaving all the darkness behind us." They won't stand a chance. Run like the wind, kid. You've fought for this moment. This is the final word. Your support has fueled my fire through this journey. I won't forget it. Confronting family can feel like a battle, but it's a fight worth waging.